From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Happy Monday morning to you. What a gorgeous weekend. I know I got to get out and enjoy some time with my family, especially on Sunday. But Saturday temperatures were well above normal for this time of the year, and even not that bad as we went into Sunday as well. But we are starting the morning off a little wet for folks on the North Coast, so a bit of a wet morning commute. Elsewhere, fairly dry and should stay dry throughout the day. But we do have off and on chances for rain this week. However, I'm expecting more dry days than wet days for most of us, and it stays fairly mild when we're talking about those temperatures. So here's what it looks like for your Monday. Starting off a little chilly, especially in some of the higher elevations, especially out towards Siskiyou and Modoc County. Low to mid-30s to start off the morning, but warming up in the low 50s for Siskiyou, Modoc County, upper 50s for the eastern mountains. Now for the valley, temperatures in the 40s, some clouds this morning. That'll keep those temperatures from dropping a whole lot this morning. We've got those low to mid 60s here later on this afternoon. So again, fairly mild when we're talking about those temperatures. Now for the coast, we're starting off a little wet, but the clouds will probably be on the decrease, and chances for showers will be on the decrease as we take you through the afternoon. For coast, inland, and Trinity County, most likely looking at dry conditions throughout the entire day, including this morning. All right, so we've got this big area of low pressure spinning. You can clearly see it right here. Now, the positioning of this low has been tricky. The forecast models really have a difficult time kind of taking the position of this low. And typically they do, especially when you have an area of low pressure that eventually cuts itself off from the upper level pattern. So let's take a look at the overall pattern and see what we've got. Here's that area of low pressure I was talking about. Now what's going to happen over the next 24 or 48 hours is it will dive down to the south. Now as it moves to the south, it'll actually move a little bit closer to us on Tuesday. The flow around that area of low pressure on Tuesday will bring us a chance for showers. Now, notice the positioning of this low. You see where it is right now. Where it stands right now, it's not going to bring us any rainfall. However, all we have to do is shift this a little bit more to the east, and that flow around that low could come up into parts of Northern California. So as we go into Wednesday, I think most of us will be dry, but the southern portions of the area, Chico, Oroville, maybe even as far south as Red Bluff, could maybe see some of that moisture kind of wrap around that area of low pressure, and the southern end begins to maybe see some showers here. Now, as we go into Friday, you see how it's moving closer. So by Friday and into Saturday, as it moves through on Saturday, we see another shot for some showers before a weak ridge of high pressure builds in by the second half of the weekend and early next week, warming things up, and not to mention beginning to dry things out as well. So it looks like we're finally beginning to get a better handle on when we can expect the rain and how much rain we may see. So this morning, there you can see the showers that we do have for the North Coast. Now, I do think parts of northwestern Trinity County, western Siskiyou County could get in on some of this action. But watch what happens. This all begins to kind of shift a little bit more to the west. So as we go into noon today, we're actually starting to dry things out a little bit out there. Still a few scattered showers, but overall things are starting to dry out. And the bulk of the rain is now off to our west. And the reason being is that low pressure system. Remember I was talking about? All you have to do is shift that a little bit more to the east, and now we've got rain. But now it's shifting a little bit more to the west later this afternoon and evening, and that's when we start to dry things out. However, then we see kind of another little push of moisture come in. This is when everyone has the best chance for rain on Tuesday, tomorrow. So there you can see the showers kind of moving on in. Now you'll notice we've got snow in the mountains, but you're gonna have to go up pretty high, probably above 6,000 feet before you start seeing those snowflakes. And through the day on Tuesday, we see rain really across the board. Now, it begins to dry out for the second half of the day tomorrow for the eastern mountains in Modoc County. But bottom line, everyone has got rain in the forecast for your Tuesday. Then you see what happens? You see how it's kind of shifting to the south and southwest. That's because the area of low pressure is now in a position that it's not going to bring us much in the way of rainfall. Now, as I mentioned, you get a little bit of southerly flow. Some of those showers to our south may make their way into parts of, say, Willows, Chico, Oroville, maybe Red Bluff. But really, for the most part, I'm expecting dry conditions for most of us on Wednesday, and not to mention Thursday as well. Rainfall totals through Wednesday, yeah, I mean, pretty impressive for the coast. And then you can see not bad, maybe even over 1/4 of an inch for parts of the valley, but then less as you start heading off into the eastern mountains, and not to mention Modoc County. Now, you see again some of that activity kind of pushing through on Thursday, but by Friday into Saturday, that low pressure system begins to move closer. It moves through on Saturday, which is when we see more showers, and then on Sunday it's out of here. High pressure starts to build in on Sunday and Monday, and we see clearing skies, and not to mention some warmer temperatures. All right, so we got you through the week. We even got you into this upcoming weekend. How about today? Well, we take a look at those wave heights. It's still fairly high this afternoon. In fact, they may even increase a little bit here as we go into your Tuesday. No small craft advisory for the immediate coast, but there are small craft advisories as you do start heading out to sea. So just be aware of that if you do need to be on that boat. East winds today at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, with those waves from the northwest at 9 feet at 14 seconds. And again, no alerts, at least for the coast. All right, so here's what it looks like today. You got the showers, especially for the first half of the day. The second half of the day, not only drying out, but maybe even some clearing for the north coast. Everyone else is looking at dry conditions today and mild temperatures. Mid-50s, give or take, for the higher elevations, and in the mid-60s for the valley. All right, so let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. And what we've got here is off and on chances for rain. But as I mentioned earlier, I think it's going to be drier than it will be wetter. We'll have more dry days, and we will see wet days over the next 7 days. So everyone, there's the showers. Now you'll notice we're not seeing as much rainfall for El Tourist and Susanville, but otherwise I think everyone else has got that rain in the forecast. And I'm not really putting snow levels in there because, again, you have to really mainly go above 6,000 feet, even as we start heading into your Friday and Saturday. So don't have to really be too concerned about travel at this point. Here's what it looks like for the valley. Showers for your Tuesday. Now, I do have a chance in there on Wednesday. We could see some coming in from the south for Chico, maybe even Thursday. But better chances later this week will be on Friday into Saturday. We've got that chance for showers for Chico as well on Friday, and then not to mention Saturday, and then drying out by Sunday. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for the North Coast, and we've got those showers in the forecast for today, although Weaverville, Trinity County, mostly looking at dry conditions. Everyone, again, that chance for rain on Tuesday, dry Wednesday, Thursday, and then a chance for showers by the end of the week and into the weekend. Be sure to keep checking in regularly here at Weather NorCal, as the chances for rain and how much rain we do see will most likely change as we take you through the week.